Hmm.
We're live. My name's Eddie. This is Darren. We are the real Iron Mindset. Today we're just going to be shooting the breeze about what's been going on here lately. Darren, anything good this week going on for you? Anything
Uh,
bad? What do we got going on? We had some pretty good shows though, no?
yeah, we have. Oh, listen, people, my fault. Rule number one: turn your phones off.
Rule number two, make sure your phone's off.
Yeah.
So so we had a pretty good show this week.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I'll get back. I mean, so you're asking what's going on with me
Yeah,
in
with this
general?
week. Yeah, we'll
Uh.
talk about this week, whatever we were doing.
Well, today's for me it's a somber day,
Hmm.
anniversary of the death of he was like my brother Stephen.
I'm sorry.
So he's always on my mind, but today definitely, especially today. I don't even want to relive that day, but I know he's looking down on us with his laugh and smile. So I love that dude. Love you, bro. Oh, let's see. What else we got? Well, going back, I don't know. Did I touch on going to that NA meeting?
You
Did I
know, I'm
touch on that
I'm not sure. I don't think so. That was with
with another friend of ours? I'm not going to mention his name,
but
but
he'll be on the show.
he will
He's
be on
coming
the
on
show. Uh,
next week or two.
and very, very. It was an emotional time. So
Now, how does that play out? Like, where do they hold these usually? Are they
what was that? A
is it like
treatment facility
okay?
that I was invited to.
Now are they always in treatment facilities? Are they like I could almost
No,
I see them
no.
on TV. They have them in churches and stuff. Is that a thing? Like
Churches. Oh, dude, there's many right here in Waterbury.
okay, so they're all over.
St. John's. I mean, yeah, they're all over.
How do you go about finding that? Like, how do you go about? You just look.
Google,
You could just hit Google. What would
Google
they? What would somebody Google?
AA meetings in near me,
Okay.
and there'll be a shitload popping up.
You know what we got to start doing?
What's
We
that?
got to start. We have to get a way that they can contact us, maybe through email or something like that.
Who's
Like
that?
anyone that's watching and they have any questions about stuff that we could find the answers to for them if they need help. If
Well,
they, somebody's having a problem, you know what? Let me email the real mindset, the
I
real Iron Mindset, and see what they, maybe they have something I could do or
I put it out on
online.
my Facebook today that we're going live, and if people had any questions, they
Okay.
could just hit me up through Messenger,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be on the chat.
Yeah, you don't have to be on our live
Right,
chat where everybody can see it. You can do it privately. Most people I would assume want to be private
private.
about something like that. But then
Yeah.
there are people that have questions about that we might have
Or
answers to.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, where people like where they wouldn't care,
Right.
but a lot of people are, for some, you still have that stigma attached to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With any addiction. So, um,
So
I mean,
that's
it'll be anonymous, but of course, I mean, I would know. I'm not
yeah,
that guy. You know me.
yeah,
Whatever. Your secret will die with me.
yeah.
So,
So we'll set up something. This week, next week. We're advancing on
hmm
little things that we've been doing, setting up the new spot, and we could find ways to have anyone get help if they need anything. Just reach out to Darren or myself. We'll have that. We'll have a way to do that within the next few weeks. And you can even hit us up in the chat if you're in the chat, and we could exchange something. I don't know how, whatever we could do. So you're
um,
saying so you went to the meeting. It was, where was it?
it was
Danbury?
in New Britain.
Oh, New Britain.
Yep.
That one, was there one in Danbury you went to too, or no? That it was just that New Britain.
That was New Britain. I mean,
Okay.
because I'm up in Danbury.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I was.
listen, there's tons in Danbury. You know what I'm saying?
They're
There's
everywhere.
no shortage on
Help.
help or where to find a meeting.
Yep.
All times of the day. Because people have crazy schedules. I was just talking today, right?
Yep.
My schedule is just I'm all over the place.
I feel you there. I've been nuts.
Yeah,
I've
you
been,
know,
I've been
and you
going
you you
nuts.
sit back and like, what the hell? Like, where did this day go?
Yeah. Yeah. I said just yesterday, about 4 o'clock. I said, well, I need more hours.
You need more hours, right?
But you ain't getting more hours. The only way you can have more time is to buy it, which means you got something you need done. Yeah, pay somebody to
You
go do
do
it
it,
for you.
right?
So
Damn, you're right. See? Yeah,
that's it.
yeah. You're
That's the way
buying
you do it.
time.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
buying your
you're
time.
buying your time.
So the meeting, what time? What meetings all day long,
I'm
or
not
are they
too
just
sure.
scheduled for all
Well,
different times during the day
I'm
usually?
sure at this treatment facility,
Hmm?
um, they have certain times.
Yeah.
Just like at my facility, there's certain times, certain days for whatever groups.
Yeah.
Now they go off property or off campus to outside meetings also.
Okay.
So, and then you have the technology of you go to meetings with Zoom.
How are those though? I keep hearing negative things about the Zoom
Me
meetings.
personally, it's
Like a lot of people were
there's a
negative.
lot of people on these, the 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 Zoom meetings.
Hmm.
Me personally, I couldn't. I don't know if I can get down with that
Right.
because I need to be in the mix.
Yeah.
That's just me. Again,
It does work for some
uh,
people, I would assume.
the Zoom.
Yeah. It.
I mean, I would think.
I
I
just.
wish I would had when we had Joe here.
Yeah.
I wish we had it because he would talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear any like not a lot of positivity coming from it.
No,
No, like everybody that talked about the Zoom meetings, yeah, it's just not the same. It's just not the same.
yeah, yeah.
So
And for me, like I said, going to that meeting, it was a rush of emotions
yeah,
because it's like, damn, man, I'm I'm you, I'm them. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So, and I think that's what kind of fucked me for a second. We talked about it, like,
yeah,
because I take on this, and it wasn't bad, bad, good energy, positive, negative. I take it all on.
right.
So, and that definitely was not bad, trust me. But I just reflected back in my personal life,
Right.
and I got into my head for a little bit, and we talked about upstairs.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, only you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like I sit here with Eddie, we sit together. We're not these guys that's gonna blow smoke up your ass. Struggle too. We have our own struggles, and I just try to make today better than yesterday. That's it. That's all I can do. So,
And the conversation we're having right here is the same conversation we were having before the camera even came on.
yeah,
We're sitting here talking about stuff, doing a little run around at the same time, but same conversations. We're having the same conversation as we do when the camera's not on, pretty much.
yeah. I mean, right now I'm looking at, I have little post-it notes, digital on the phone, but it's not scripted. Like I said, this is how we talk. Um, yeah, well, I did get some. I don't know if I told you. I did tell you. I got some new ink. I'm not ready to show it yet, but
That's cool.
it's still healing.
Completely
uh,
done, or is it you got touch ups or go back or
uh,
anything?
I'm thinking about adding on to it, but it's a memory of my mom.
Okay.
And then I just had another. It's just so much death, man. It's a friend of mine. Her mom passed away like 3 days ago, and this woman is another one who took me as her own. You know what I'm saying? Like you're my
Yeah.
kid,
Yep.
and I don't know. You just. I think everyone is just struggling with something today, man. I really do. And this shit is so. I don't want to say draining, but maybe I will say draining. I don't know. For lack of a better word, I guess I will say it.
Sometimes you got to back up a little bit. You got to get your charge yourself up, get
And that's
yourself
damn, Eddie.
fired up.
See, and that people.
You just got to back away a little bit
This is
and
what this man was telling me. Like
yeah,
back out of the situation,
yeah,
charge up, and look at it again.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't bury yourself too much. So the meeting was, well, how long's the meeting? A couple hours?
It was like an hour. Our friend spoke for about 40 minutes, and to listen to
Wow,
his story,
wow.
incredible. Again, we've had uh, John here, we had Joe here, and their stories are just it's just incredible, man. Just and that John was last week,
Yeah,
and I believe that is on YouTube, right?
yeah. It's under live. So if we go to YouTube, you'll be under home. Scroll over to live, click live, and there should be a couple more videos in live
Oh, okay. So
under the live button.
under the live people, please, if you get a chance, look at these videos and how they took a negative situation and they turn their fucking lives around for their good. John. I mean, the first one was Joe, and to listen to his story,
Yeah,
you just get sucked in, right? Every word. Okay, what was next?
yeah. You're always wondering what happened. Like these are like pieces of a book that you're like skimming through because
Right.
obviously if they told their whole story, we'd be here for days.
And that's what
But
Joe's.
we'd be there for days. But man, just the little bits and pieces makes you want to bring them back and get more, get
Right.
more, get more. So even last Friday or Saturday,
Saturday
Saturday we did
with John. Yeah.
that with John. John's story, mind blown, awesome guy. Like you just know good people when you see good
Oh
people. You
yeah.
know a good heart when you see a good
Yeah.
heart. Like you can relate to
Yep.
that. And he's definitely a good guy.
Um. Yeah. And I think I don't know. I think we should bring both of them back on
Yeah,
because
I
John's.
definitely at some point we should have both of them back on. You know, like there's way more to their stories than what they gave us.
Yeah. 100%.
You know,
Yep.
and I think once the studio's all set up and we got like a really good layout, be more comfortable in there. It'll be set pretty good.
Um. Yeah.
So you went to the meeting,
Yeah.
and after the meeting, you're feeling much
Actually,
better.
when I left the meeting, I said my goodbyes to
Yeah,
because a lot of people were standoffish.
I wonder why.
Oh, who's this guy coming up
You're an
here?
outsider.
Yeah, you know.
Didn't talk much, or did you talk at all?
No, I really didn't talk until the end. I didn't say, I didn't speak my life story.
Right. You were there pretty much to support
I
him.
wanted to support him, and I feel for number one, I'm not ready to get, you know, for me to be out there. Like there are certain people, probably a handful of people that really know my life. So, but there are people they can look at me like you've been through some shit,
Hmm.
and I'm hoping one day I can share it and it'll help someone. Like in my line of work, listen, I know like these people that are going through tough times, without even getting into my story, I can relate to you because I've been through something similar.
Yeah. We just got somebody hit us up. CVO Joe just hit up and said, "What's up, Darren Eddie? What is going on, CVO Joe?"
What up? What up? What up? What it do? So, yeah, and after that meeting, I sat in my truck and I just bawled my eyes out.
It was that intense.
Yeah,
Wow.
yep.
Just hits the spot.
Oof. I had to like regroup, and I'm not even ashamed to say that. Like I had to like really, I'm like, okay, like where's all this coming from? But I know it was coming from.
Right. Experiences,
Yeah,
personal
yep.
experiences.
I know it was coming from.
That's insane.
And I called our friend like the next day, and I told him, and he goes, yeah, bro, yeah. He goes, you ready to come back? But I will. I'm gonna like actually meet with him this week,
Yep.
get a another meeting with him, because I do like that.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Like it's New Britain, those kind. I'm not listen. I'm not crapping on hard hitting New Britain, but it was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit.
Yeah.
I do. I don't care. You know, uh,
This is a spot that he always goes to. Is it like his?
I
Is that
don't
like
know
his
if
home
it
base?
might
Where?
be his home group.
Okay.
It might be. But again, we'll ask him when he comes on.
Yep. So
And
he should be on either next week. I think next.
well, next week we have Kelly coming on. The
Is that a Friday or Saturday?
That's a Friday.
Yeah, so we could probably shoot him on Saturday if we can get him.
If we can get him, yeah,
Yeah, because this week he had something to do. Everybody had something to do this
yeah.
week.
It's Easter weekend.
Yeah, so we'll
Uh,
have him on them, and we also have I own a gym, and in my gym we have a mixed martial arts team. So we're actually going to get the coach on from the team to talk about what they've been doing. They've been doing very well. So he'll come on, tell a little bit about his story, and we'll also have, as the fighters are going to fight, we'll be pulling them on, give a good story, something nice and happy,
right, right. Yeah,
And these guys always, the crew that we have for fighters, it's it, how they train just so hard. They go so hard. They want to win so bad. And it's almost like we're the underdogs. We're always the underdogs. And we go in, we upset everyone. Like these guys go in, they don't go in to fight. They go in to win.
Win. That's it.
And it's always an upset because they're usually throwing people at these guys that are killers,
Hmm.
and our guys just go
Well,
run.
that's what you were telling me.
Our
So
guys
yeah,
go and run through their people
yeah.
so fast. So when we have them on, we're gonna have links to their fights. We'll have all their fights linked so you can actually go and watch their fights, which are they're really fun to watch. And then as we go, we'll get the fighters on maybe 2 weeks before their fight, and tell how they're training and their story behind it. And we're actually gonna see if we can get the person that they're fighting to either come to the show or link in with us via some type of Skype or something
Zoom or
like Zoom
something.
or something
Yeah.
like that. So it might get a little crazy back and forth between those guys because our guys they don't hold back. Our guys don't hold back. They
But
are when we say we are raw, these guys are very, very
but you know
raw.
what, too, Ed? It's like because I come in the mornings, I see it. They're so humble.
Yeah, no, they train like it's
You
their
know, I
job, and they
mean,
just do their. It's not out. They don't walk in. I'm a big tough
no,
guy.
no,
They
no.
walk in. This is not where they don't have to be a tough guy in their own gym. They're here to train.
Train, right?
So, when you see them walk in the ring, they're so laid back or whatever. We got one guy, he's hilarious because he's like, and I always tell him, I'm like, dude, you're the villain. When you go in the ring, you're the villain because he talks so much junk before, afterwards, but he backs up his shit. He backs up his talk. And all of our guys, they back up what they say.
Right, right.
Even if one of our guys gets a loss, he backed up what he said. He went in there and fought a good fight. That's what they say. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna fight a good fight. I'm gonna whip this dude. And if they lose, they still fight
Yeah.
to the
Win, lose, or
yeah.
draw, as long as you get down, that's gangster shit to
They
me.
don't
Right.
yeah, they don't care. But that's another thing that we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna have these guys on a regular, which is gonna be cool.
Hmm.
We're gonna have Jimmy's gonna be coming back. He's our
Resident,
in-house resident.
resident
He's our
psychologist.
resident
Yeah.
psychologist. But Jimmy is I've known Jimmy I would say 15 or 20 years. He's like family to me. I would do anything for him.
No doubt. Yeah.
I, I, I talk to Jimmy almost every day about almost everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
and believe it or not, he's got a side to him that will make you break out laughing Jimmy could make you laugh no matter what. Like, he's got a serious side, but
Oh yeah.
he's got a comedic side to him that I can't even, like, sometimes I'll just sit there, I'll be doing something and I'll think of something he said or something he did, and I'll just bust out
Yeah.
laughing
Yeah.
because we got to pull that out of him when we're in here too.
Oh, that's easy.
We got to get
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
out of him because he's great. So we got the fighters, we got Jimmy, we got a few other guys
And I'm
coming
trying
on.
to get this author. I just pulled up her book. I bought her book.
Yeah,
Valerie Walsh.
yeah,
Her book is titled "Shattered to the Core: How I Made Peace with My Past and Reclaimed My Future." I'm almost finished with this book, and it's what makes it gripping for me is like because I'm familiar with the family. Do you know what I'm saying?
right.
So when she says, "Oh, my son," it's like, "Oh, well, I know her." So it's almost
Yeah,
like I'm living her story
yeah.
also.
So parts of the story you can relate to.
Yeah, and for me, I guess if you, I don't know, tough guy. I'm not a tough guy. Tattooed, bald head, blah, blah, and I can relate to this story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can truly relate to her story. And it was like there was some parts I didn't want to put the book down, like legit. I'm like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? What the
Right.
hell? So I'm trying to get her on. Uh, got kind of a soft confirmation, but I'm really gonna like reach out to her again.
Where's she from?
New Milford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not far,
No, 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 no,
but
no.
just setting up the time would be.
It's yeah.
We got 3 people in the chat. If anybody wants to hit us up with any questions about what's
Yeah.
going on or anything about us, any questions, hit me up. Let us know.
But I'm gonna bring the hard copy of that book in, I don't know, next week or something.
Okay. That'd be cool if we can get her on, even if we had to do a Zoom with her. You know,
Oh yeah, we can do
do
that.
like a little Zoom, promote her book a little. When did the book come out? Is it
I
older or?
believe it was last year,
Okay.
a couple years ago. Uh, but yeah, it's amazing. Her story is just it really is. And she's just I say it's amazing because I said I'm familiar with the family,
Yeah,
but she's one of how many thousand millions of people.
that write books.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody, like we were saying, everyone has a story. You look at a person, it's oh no, my family was great. You're a fucking liar.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
Not
I'm saying?
everybody's great.
No,
There might be a few far and few in between, but
And
everybody's family has something going on in it, you know, that people look from the outside and they think that, oh, this is going on good, but little do they know
little do they know,
there's
right?
some dirt back
There
there, you
is
know. We all have it.
right.
We all have
There's
it.
cracks in the armor, bro.
Yeah, we all have it, but that's what makes us human,
You know, and that's
you
why I
know.
think with the addict, I don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to harp on like addiction and
You know what though? Since we've been talking about it a lot, it's been coming to me
well, tell them what you like, what
like
your plan, what you want to do. Because I'll tell you right now, you already spoke it into existence
yeah, well,
just by so it's already out in the universe. So tell them
yeah,
what
well,
you want to
uh,
accomplish.
last week we were talking, and we were talking about sober houses and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start reaching out to some people and figure out if there's a way that maybe we can help, even if it's a small group of people in the beginning, maybe 5 or 10 people,
Right.
and we could find a place to house them, and then we could start up some type of business that they can actually work while they're in the sober house, so they don't have to go to the outside world. So usually, and I don't know a lot about sober houses. I've been learning more, but if you're in a sober house, you have to get a job. They have to
Yes.
bring you to a job. So that kind of breaks you outside into that outdoor realm of being away from the sober house and the help that you're going to need in the beginning. And I was thinking to myself, like, if we could set it up to where they could live in the house, everyone in the house works for the same business,
Mm-hmm.
they all work together, you know, as like a team, you know, like team building stuff. And for me, team building, it's not hard for me because
No,
e-
me either.
being in business for 12 years, I've had to do that as I've gone with
Right.
multiple different people.
Right.
We have people that come and go all the time that help us. And in the last 12 years, I feel like I don't have a small team anymore because 90% of my gym members are on my team.
Right.
They're the ones that you can call up and say, hey, listen, we need this down at the gym. Or, hey, do you have time? Because we're going to be doing this and we got to get this. So everybody's is on my team, which is a great feeling to have so many people backing you. So when you go back to the scenario of being in that house with a group of guys, or I don't know how it works, but a group of people, and then at work they're in the same crew and building that team thing. Meanwhile, they're going through the stress of
Yeah.
addiction and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know because I've never had to go through that. The worst addiction I had that I had to quit was, nicotine and vaping and stuff like that, like smoking wise.
Yeah.
I gave up smoking many years ago, but then you know, I got onto that vape, which it feels like it's a lot harder to quit.
We talked
And,
about that
and I
too.
try to do
Yeah.
that, but I think just building a team with those guys, and I'm not saying they just work for it. They don't just go, like, let's say it was landscaping.
Right.
They don't just work as, I'm the lawnmower guy, I'm the weed whack guy. No,
Right.
no, no. They run this business from the top to the bottom, and it's just overseen. So you got a
Wait,
guy
overseen by who though?
overseen by us, by the people who are gonna set everything up. We're gonna oversee it. But so we'll have. I'm assuming there's other people. I don't know enough about it, but I'm learning through you and other people
Right.
that are in these programs and do this, how it works. So you would actually teach those people that are in that crew, in that it's the sober house,
Right.
from accounting to to weed whacking.
Right.
So they would know every part of the business. So when they get out of that program, you know what? Maybe they want to go out and start their own. And now they know everything from soup to nuts about it. They know how to open a bank account. They know how to open an
And I'll tell you
LLC.
right
They know
there,
how to,
yeah, right
the,
there, to open up a bank account,
yeah.
the little like we take for granted,
Some people don't
they
know
don't know
that.
how
They
to do
never
that.
had one their whole life.
Right, right,
So doing the business part of the LLC, the
right.
taxes part of everything, like, so they would know everything about that. It's almost like they went to school of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I
100%. Yes.
and I'm not the school of hard knocks guy or what, but that's what it would be because I'm not educated. I don't have a paper saying that I know how to do this. I just have experience myself
Right.
that's saying how to do this. And I've had a little help on the way, you know, learn the learning experience of paperwork and stuff like that. But I never actually went to a school that said this is how you do all this stuff.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I think life experience weighs
it's
a
way easier
lot
too.
more
It's way
than
easier.
this is just my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't want people getting butt hurt. Oh, I got a degree and
that's cool.
that's cool. You know what? Bless up. But get into the real world and like you're saying, yeah, I don't have a piece of paper saying I in my life this is what I know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because this worked for me.
yeah, and it's for me, it's not tough. Like uh, business is not tough as long as you kind of have it in order. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like it's not tough to run a business. It's tough to get people to come in after, before that whole drama back in the 2020 area,
right.
before all of that, I had it built up to where it was running very smoothly, and then being shut down for all those months. I'm still trying to, like, I know the business part of it. It's just hard to follow through with a lot of stuff when there's not a lot coming in at the moment. And I know it has to be done. It's just hard to get some
Yeah.
stuff done. And you don't want. I got all the help in the world. It's this place is. It's been here since the '70s. It'll be here until the world ends. I think this place will be a gym until the end. And we're old school meets new school kind of gym.
Hmm.
So we got older stuff. We got newer stuff in here. The thing that brings people to this gym is the people in the gym. You know,
Yeah.
everybody relates and everybody just has a good heart. They're just everybody. Any other gym you go to, right? You walk in, they try to push personal training on you, which is cool if you could afford it.
Right.
They try to push products on you, which some are good products, some are probably not good products. They try to push all this stuff onto you, and you know how they get you to join? Intimidate, like they try to scare you into joining. Well, we just took your body weight. We know what you
Oh
this,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're eating this, and yeah. And if you keep going this way, you're gonna have problems in the next 5 years. So
Right.
you need this gym to have. This place is not like that. This place, when you walk in, you walk up to the front counter, you ask me a question, I'm not going to charge you for it. Well, I need to work out in this system. You can ask anyone in the gym how to work out, how to do a body part. We're not going to hold your hand and walk you through your whole
Right.
workout. But if you're doing something wrong, someone will approach you and say, "Hey, listen, there's probably a better way to do that. You could get hurt possibly if you do it like that." And there's multiple ways to do different exercises. But somebody would, they'll approach you. But you can ask anyone for help, and anyone will help you.
Yep.
Dietary advice. You can ask me at the front desk, and if I don't know it, I know somebody who does know. I've been doing it so long,
Hmm.
so any questions that you would ask, it's just that kind of place. And I kind of got sidetracked from where we were with the other thing, but that's what we've been talking about for like the last week, pretty much seeing if there's a way to set up, to get a house, to get a small business, and it doesn't have to be landscape. It could be any business because
Anything. Right.
because if you can run one business, you can run multiple
The
businesses. It's
formula is the same to me.
yeah,
To me.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much what you got to do is you got to make money, you know. So
Well, pretty much you got to just get the fuck up and do it.
yeah, yeah, that's it. And you know what? And if you like, say we do set something up and something, we just keep doing it.
Right.
Like my whole life has been, all right, that didn't work. Let's try
Let's try
this.
this.
Oh, that didn't work. Let's try this.
Look,
Like I'm always trying new things.
prime example is the podcast. Oh, this didn't work. Oh, okay.
Oh, this podcast, it's been I probably text them 30 times in the last week of just about because we're still in this little room right here. We were upstairs.
Right.
Now we're downstairs. In this little setup, it's doing its thing, but we want to have a table set up so we get multiple people there. We want to have it dressed up, not just, a couple guys sitting on the couch. So
Which is good,
I want to have
but
it look nice though. I want
right.
to have it look, you know, a little aged look, a little medieval kind of
Hmm.
look. Like kind of like upstairs was like that. We had that Bass Pro Shop look upstairs, with
I,
all the fish
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
and
yeah.
all the burnt wood in the background. I want to kind of have that same setup in the actual studio. And I don't want to have to walk into the room and step over this and step over
Right.
that because we got wires everywhere dangling. You just can't really see it. I got my streamer challenge live. He's saying, "Let's go." Awesome, awesome. Life is your best experience by
That's right.
CVO Joe.
That's right, Joey. That's right.
You're damn right. And so that's pretty much, and that's something that we're talking about now. But usually, if we talk about it, is we try to set it in stone with a conversation. You know, that conversation sets it in stone. Now we're gonna look into it and see if it's if we can reach that goal within like the next year or something like that. Like within the next 6 months, within the next month, like I try to get things done like as soon as possible now. Before it was tough, well, my goal is for next year. Well,
Right.
you know what? Next year is not promised. So how soon can we get this done? Well, I want to get it done ASAP. If I could set it up next week and have a group of people, I just got to we need a lot of people on board for something like that.
Something like you really do, Ed.
So it can't be just run by
And
just I'm running a full-time business here
no.
that's open, 95 hours a week or whatever it is. So I'm running this full-time, trying to set up the whole studio for the podcast, like just yesterday. Uh, Me and my girlfriend went down to the beach and
Oh, yeah.
we collected driftwood
Yeah.
for I don't know, it had to be a good hour. We kept going in, getting some wood, coming back
Back
out.
out.
And we're walking through brush that's, this tall. And at first, me, I get there, and usually I'll jump into the brush and I'll just run through and start grabbing stuff. So I got my Crocs on and I'm walking easy because the ground's soft. And I find like a little pathway and I'm walking the pathway. And I look back and she's she's darting through this tall hay. I'm looking at her. I'm like, all right, I gotta get in this, because she was all there. But I got a bunch of driftwood for the studio set up, and I just have to come up with ideas to
Hmm.
get it all done. And then today, Joey showed up this morning, gave me a hand. We went down. We're collecting all different kinds of pallet woods and from Matt down at Waterbury Screw.
Screw. Yeah.
Yeah, he allows me. He's like, yeah, just go pick up whatever you want. And then there's other places down the street that they have all the guns. So we go down there. We got to chop all this stuff up and load it in the back of the truck. And yeah, it was a fiasco to get down to where we are right now. Uh, Even me just running back, I had to just throw something on real quick. I was all dirty from head to toe, just to get something out there because we want to do content every Friday. That's our goal. Even if we don't have something to talk about, we're gonna come on and
Just
just like today,
right.
we're shooting the shit about what happened, during the week and things that we got and things that we want to do. Like these are all goals that we're setting, and we're not setting them out for 5 years. We're not setting them out for next year. We're trying to set them out for, as soon as they can get done. So the more research we can do on them, the faster we can get things done, kind of thing. And so that's my whole thing on like the sober house and the
Yeah.
work thing. I think I just I don't know. I don't know if like helping people is like what. And I talk to a few different people. They're like, "Oh yeah, but that's gonna run you down. You're gonna be pulling all this negative energy from these people, whatever." So well, you know what? I'm gonna take their negative energy. I'm gonna try to turn it around to some sunshine and throw it back right at their face.
Yeah.
So you give me
Listen.
all this bad energy. You know what? And I can't relate to your drug habits, but I can relate to some things in some ways because I've been down and out.
Right.
I've slept in a closet for weeks at a clip in the gym. I've slept in the basement of the gym for months and months and months and years. I've slept on floors. I've slept on every piece of machine in this place to try to get comfortable in the cold because I didn't want to leave the heat on at night because we didn't have the money. We were shut down. We were scraping floors and I was laying in dust
Yep.
piles. And I've been through those struggles. The one thing that I can't say that I have done, I've never slept outside
In the cold.
on the street,
Right.
but I've slept in my car. I slept in my car multiple times, which I didn't have to. I could have come to the gym, but I've slept in my car multiple times just because I was out doing something and I wasn't drinking or doing drugs or nothing like that, but I was out, a couple hours away, didn't want to stay somewhere, and I didn't want to get a hotel, and I would just crash out and sleep there.
Yeah.
Not
It
that it
sounds like our trip back from Myrtle Beach. Whatever. I digress.
that
But see,
was
but
we're gonna one day we're gonna come on and we're gonna tell that story to the best that we can from start to
to finish.
finish
Okay.
and leave out I don't think there's anything incriminating so much, but there are things that we
We have
probably
to leave out.
we
Yeah, yeah.
can't talk about, but we could kind of vaguely talk about
Right.
because that story. Listen, I can tell that story for 45 minutes and not even get to the gist of what it
No.
was. Like just like that. We touched on it a couple of weeks ago when we were talking. We touched on that story, which was a great story. But
No, but see, but you can't relate to the addiction part to some, you know what I'm saying?
right,
But what you can relate to is the fucking struggle of just life, just the
yeah.
struggle. You know what I'm saying? So,
But even when you're
but
down
even
now,
with that, so you know, I can't relate to like an alcohol. You know, I can't relate to me. I'm not an alcoholic. Father was.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I can relate to some part, but what mostly can relate to, and most people is um, just the struggle, man, being down and out. Like what the fuck? And
I
like,
think everybody has their lows and their
yeah.
highs.
And someone had asked me, I don't know, maybe a month ago, uh, is there like, are you ever happy? I'm like, yeah, I am. There are days, there are moments,
Well,
but to me, happiness is like waves.
well, happiness is relative to something, you know? Like maybe your happiness is not somebody else's happiness, you know?
But to me, it's like I'm at a point now. It's like I'm at peace with me.
Yeah, so if you're, see me, like I got my own struggles. And mine is, and I, I don't like asking for help
No,
ever.
uh.
Like,
Okay,
and
so that goes
and when
back.
I mean
Hold
ever, I
on.
mean I'm carrying a big piece of furniture through the gym. Yo, you need a hand? And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I don't want to ask for help if I don't need help. You know, and that goes back to work
Uh,
smarter, not harder. So if you just asked somebody for a hand to help you with it, you would have got it. But it's almost like, which I shouldn't because I get all the help I want. It's almost like I'm saving my helps for something I really
you
need.
can't do
So
that.
so if I can carry this stuff, carry it. If I can do this on my own, do it.
Okay, let's go back to addiction.
You know?
All right, let's go back to addiction. Oh, I got this shit under. I don't need to ask for help. I got this shit under control. I can do a bump. I can do a bundle. I can do a shot. I got this under control. I got this. I don't need to ask for help.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
that
I guess it could be in some way it could be the same, but it's not like
to me it is the same because you by your own admission said we're not. You know, it's not un. What's the word? I'm trying to figure out unmanly to ask for help.
right, right.
You know, it's not like you know, I'm not gonna judge nobody.
And,
Like
and you know what's crazy about me too is if I see somebody doing something
that you can help them.
that they don't need help for and they
Mm.
ask me for help, I feel a certain way sometimes.
Well,
Like
explain that. Hold on.
like if somebody's doing something,
Right.
let's just say they're picking up something that weighs 10 pounds,
Okay.
and I've seen them pick up things that were 50 pounds. And they're like, hey, can you give me a hand with this? There are people out there that like that. And it's
Oh,
really weird. Like,
okay. All right. So yeah, that's
and
the
I
other
look and I
side.
say, and I think that's where I get my, well, you didn't really want to help them when they had that. So, you know, it's a weird thing. Like I like to be so. Back in the days, I would count on people,
Mm.
and now I don't feel like I have to count on people because they're always there. So it's not like if I need help with something and somebody will just offer it to me. I don't have to say, hey, can you help me? A lot of people will just offer it to me right away. Well, Ed, you're doing that. You like today.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had the truck today, right? So me and Joe, we go down, we load the truck up with wood. I open the back door, we start unloading the wood.
Right.
And I don't go in the gym and say, hey, anybody want to give me a hand with this?
No. No.
You know what the crazy part is? I don't have to. Because as soon as I opened that door up and they see my truck parked up front, they see me carry a piece of wood
Right.
and people just started coming out. Where you putting it? Where you putting it? Where you putting it? Like that's the best feeling in the world. I can't buy that. I can't buy that kind of
Well.
loyalty and friendship from any of the people in this place. And I can't give it up. So when I was struggling, all the times I was struggling to get this place off the ground in the beginning, that's when everybody started coming little by little.
Mm.
So I thought to myself, I can't give up on them. It's not about me, but I can't give up on them. And then when we just had all this stuff go down in the last couple of years and I was shut down, I could have walked away. because a lot of people got money. A lot of people got free money,
Hmm.
right? That was for giving, but I didn't have employees like that. So I wasn't entitled to any of that money. So I got what everybody else got, the couple thousand that
Yeah,
everybody got,
whatever.
but that didn't cover my front doors were locked for 3 or 4 months. And then after that, my front doors were open under restrictions. So I had restrictions back then. They wanted people to mask up. They
Oh,
they wanted
yeah,
they wanted a lot of restrictions, and people didn't want to come here
right.
if that was the case. And I think in the beginning, I can almost remember it. Somebody reminded me yesterday. They're like, "You were under restricted hours at some point in the beginning," and I said, "You know what? I do remember that. We were under restricted hours. They didn't want us to be open for so long during the day, and I didn't understand any of that. So during the struggles of all of that, I could have just packed up and walked away. And you know what? I'd be fine because I have skills. I have a lot of I was a contractor for years,
Right.
so I have skills to build things. Know how to use my hands. I know how to use tools. I know how to sell things because I could be a salesman for a product that I believe in, like something that I believe in. I can really push that product if I believe in it. And not so much something I don't believe in. I just wouldn't do that.
Right. Right.
I wouldn't go selling a certain kind of car if I thought it was a mediocre car.
Car.
I'd
Right.
only want to be able to sell the best because you know what I'm passionate about that and I have a drive towards that. So I didn't close up and I didn't shut down and I push and it's all because the people that are in this place I can't quit on them you know
Well, that really that's like a testament of who you are.
and that's
Like
what
starting
that's
with the sober house now.
yeah, that drives me to do
You
that
know.
because
Yeah.
it's not that, and don't, I'm not a pushover, but like if I had a sober house, which I'm going to learn a lot more before I jump in head first, I'm going to learn a lot more about it because I don't know anything about it, and I want to learn about it because I hear people talking about it. So let's just say I start that up and I get all that stuff going. Like I'm not going to quit on someone, but I'm not going to be a pushover either.
Mm.
If you come in, there's going to be rules, in which there should be. There'll be rules. If you break these rules, then there are consequences, and it may be you leaving at that point. And
Well,
you know what?
let's go back to the video with John. And
Yeah,
his friend.
his friend walked in,
Yeah.
disrespected it. He broke the rules. If you break the rules,
You're.
it's not. We don't play baseball rules. Like in my house is not baseball rules. It's not three strikes and you're out. These are the rules, and if you break them, there's consequences for the first time you break it.
Right.
Even if it's a warning or something like that. But where it's not three strikes you're out. Maybe the first time you're out, if it was that bad. Because everybody there is a team. They stick together, like just like this gym. We're a team. Everybody in this gym is a part of this
Team.
team.
Right.
And it's not that I own it, I'm the leader. Absolutely not. I'm not the leader of this team. We are all equals in this place. We all stick together just the same. The only part that I play in is if something goes
Wrong.
wrong,
Right.
everybody looks at me. So I'm the fall guy for everything that happens. But I'm cool with that because this gym has done a lot for me mentally. It's done a lot for me
Yeah.
physically. If I didn't own this place, I would never be into fitness like I am. And it's not that I'm a big fitness guy, but I've gone through the diets and
Hmm.
I've gone like so many different diets and I've gone through the heavy lifting to get big and strong and I've done the light training to lose weight
Yep.
and get lean and look good for the beaches. I've been through all of that. I've experimented with different things to put size on and take size
Yep.
off and exercising. I'm an avid mountain biker. That's one thing that I really, really enjoy. I wish everybody I knew mountain biked because I love it so much. Because I was raised with, you know, when I was about 10 years old, I got my first dirt bike, learned how to dirt bike. I've been motorcycles like you,
Yeah.
motorcycles
Yeah.
forever. I love motorcycles. I don't have one now, but I'll get back to that once this place gets back on its feet and stops draining every penny out of me. But it's just the way I am. I get passionate about certain things. I could run on until tonight at 10 o'clock, but we've been running on for, geez, we're going on 45 minutes here.
Holy.
So we could keep going for days about everything, but we wanted to just touch base about what we're doing, what everybody, the people that we've had on the show, people we want to have on the show. Hopefully the new setup will be set up. I'm pushing, if I can get all the rest of the materials, I'm pushing to have that thing set up, within a week or two. That's my goal is to just, on top of doing everything else I'm doing, to get that thing set up and get all the good
Yep.
things,
Yep.
you know. but I want to make it look nice for, you know, so we can have a really cool looking spot. You know, uh, that's pretty much I ran down everything that I could run through,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
and if we make this go any longer, we're legit gonna have an hour stream. We got three people watching. I'm gonna assume that we got CB Joe's probably still in here. I'm not sure who that is. Streamer Challenge Live. That's my brother. He's
Oh,
in
that's
my brother. He's another one. He's in the backgrounds of everything. He's behind the scenes.
yes,
I
yep,
we
Chuck.
at some point we got to get him on just to tell a story about because he's very busy too with work and but every chance that he has, a, a lot of our lighting he's given us. He's given a lot of the gear. He pretty much has set us up with a lot of the gear that we have. 99% of the gear
Yeah.
we have for the podcast. He's got a lot more coming. So we didn't have to invest a lot of money to get this going. He pretty much did the investing because he also has his own channel on Twitch right now
What
that's called Streamer
stream light?
Challenge
Yep.
Live, where he does, and I don't know a lot about it, but his Streamer Challenge Live is one of those. What it reminds me of is, do you remember like back in the days, like Nickelodeon had like those shows on with the kids, and they would get slimed and stuff like that. What
I
were
do
those
remember. Yeah,
called?
I don't.
So, but when you watch those shows, like it was like, yeah, 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 yeah. It was like all excited.
Yeah,
That's the way his stream is the whole time he's on it. You guys got to check him out on Twitch, Streamer Challenge Live, because his his channel is so cool, and how he goes on and he goes into people's chat rooms that are playing these certain video
games. Yeah.
games on Twitch, and he calls them out and says, "Hey, I got a challenge for you, and if you could pass this challenge, I'll give you this free thing for the game, whatever it is." And he'll have him on the side commenting on the game that the guy's playing and the game playing.
It's yeah.
It's
It's crazy.
and
Yeah.
it's so upbeat and fast paced. It's like go 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 go, yeah yeah, he's running through his. It's that's the wild side.
And the thing is, he's interacting. You
Oh,
know,
a hundred
so
percent.
and
He's involved in every
yeah,
bit of what's going on.
and that's what we are striving to do here. Like, just interact with the people on the
Yeah,
stream. So it makes it I don't know. Not that it goes quicker, but you want to be involved with
yeah. The
other
people that are
people.